right, here's the 2021 talent composites for both Michigan and Georgia. It's basically the talent level of the high school players on their squads, right? So Michigan was ranked number 15 in the country with the talent on their football team, and Georgia was ranked number 2 in the country. Here's the average talent composites for the past 6 years for both Michigan and Georgia. Michigan averaged 10.7, so they were right about the 10th best in the country as far as talent on their football team. And Georgia was ranked number 3.8. Georgia was right around number 4 for having the best talent in the country. In 2021, Michigan was number 6 in all of college football. They had 42 NFL players in the NFL. Georgia in 2021 was number 4. They had 45 players in the NFL. The total earnings for the Michigan players of the 42 players for Michigan was $738 million. The total earnings for the 45 Georgia players was $798 million. The average earning of the 42 players for Michigan was about $17 million, and same thing for Georgia. It was about $17 million. Now, those earnings were very top-heavy. So if you look at the top 3 earners for the Michigan NFL players, Tom Brady, earned $291 million over his career. Brandon Graham, $81 million, and then Taylor Lewin at $69 million. When you take those 3 guys, you're looking at $441 million that they've earned in their careers. Now, when you take those 3 guys and their earnings out of the equation, and you go down to 39 players, the 39 Michigan players average about $7.6 million in their career earnings, which is about $10 million less once you take those 3 guys out. So it's about 57% less. So the earnings in the NFL is very top-heavy, basically. It's the same thing with Georgia. When you take the top 3 earners out of Georgia's equation, the average of the 42 players for Georgia is $8.1 million, which is about $500,000 more than the Michigan players. So the NFL, yeah, they're not all making $17 million a year. So here's the average team composites of Harbaugh's 6 draft classes. So the Michigan team was ranked number 10 on average for the last 6 NFL drafts. And for Kirby's team in his last 5 draft classes, Georgia was ranked about 3.4 as far as the level of talent on their teams. Here are the current players in the NFL from Harbaugh's last 6 drafts. 36. So Harbaugh's putting about 6 players in the NFL. He's putting about 6 players in the NFL in every draft class. And Kirby Smart, he's got 34 players in the NFL in his last 5 drafts. So he's averaging almost 7 players per draft. If you break it down by who was drafted and undrafted, Harbaugh had 31 players drafted and 5 players that were undrafted that made it to the NFL, that are still in the NFL. And for Kirby, it's 27 players drafted and 7 undrafted. Here are the first-round draft picks for Harbaugh's last 6 drafts. 6. Harbaugh has had 6 first-round draft picks in the last 6 drafts, so it's about 1 every year. And then Kirby's had 7 first-round draft picks in the last 5 drafts. Second-round draft picks, Harbaugh's had 1, and Kirby's had 6. And third-round draft picks, Harbaugh has had 10, and Kirby has had 4. So they both have had 17 players taken. Harbaugh's had 17 players taken in his last 6 drafts, and Kirby has had 17 players taken in his last 5 drafts. So the average round that the players get taken, the Michigan players get taken, Harbaugh's players get taken in about 3.7 rounds, and Kirby's players get taken in about 3.1 rounds. So Kirby's players get taken about 16% sooner than Harbaugh's. So it's close, though. It's very close. Total earnings, Harbaugh's Michigan players, NFL players, they've earned $178 million in their careers, and Kirby's players have earned $153 million. It's very close. The Michigan players are averaging about $5 million career earnings, And the Georgia players are around 4.5, around 5 million as well. They're very close when it comes to career earnings on average. So those are just some numbers from Harbaugh's draft classes and Kirby's draft classes to give you an idea of where the players are getting taken and how many players are getting taken. Well, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it and have a great day. Bye-bye.